Hello, my name is Dr. Jalili, and I have been teaching business analytics and Intro to Operations Management at Cleveland State University. As a researcher, I'm interested in modeling quantitative analysis on the interface of operations and marketing. And so I have a passion for pricing, and I want to bring that passion into classroom, and I look forward to have a mutual, stimulating and rewarding learning experience with my students in spring 2019. Okay, to answer that question, let me begin by talking about a simple profit function. Profit means revenue minus cost. So the traditional supply chain and operations management techniques usually aim to increase profitability by minimizing the cost of operations and distributions and inventory. However, if as a profit-seeking firm, you have some degrees of pricing power, you would want to have an integrated managerial view of supply and demand to achieve the maximum potential profit that you can. So what we're going to do in our course is we're going to complement that cost-based view of supply chain by shedding some light on the demand side of the firm, where the firm interfaces the market and the customers and aims to increase profitability through maximizing the revenue. So within the demand management decisions, we're going to study pricing as the most effective and powerful profit lever. The common sense say that if supplies are high, if we have too much inventory, we can reduce the price to stimulate sales. If we do not have enough supply and the supply is constrained, what we can do is to increase the price to make the most margin out of each sales and therefore increase our profits. So usually, it seems like that in any given episode of time, there should be some optimal level of price that can achieve that balance between supply and demand. In real-world problems, however, demand is quite uncertain and variable, and supply, on the other hand, is inflexible and many times constrained. So what we're going to do in our class is to think about those scenarios where managing the variable demand in presence of a constrained supply is even more crucial and more critical for companies to be aware of. So the students first gonna learn about the overall pricing strategies, and especially the famous, well-established 3C pricing framework. So we talk about cost-based pricing, where prices are set based on cost plus a standard margin. Also, we talk about customer-based pricing, where prices are based on the value the customers put on a product. And competition-based pricing, where the competitors' prices are going to be the reference point. Oftentimes, companies focus on one of these pricing approaches as their main pricing strategy. We're going to talk about how it is important to have a combined approach of all three factors: cost, competition, and customer together to achieve the maximum potential benefits. Secondly, students are going to learn about the economics of pricing as the building blocks of any reliable pricing model. So we're going to think about how customers make decisions between alternatives and how can that translate into a price response function. We're going to talk about market segmentation and product differentiation and how it helps the profits if we could offer different products or prices to different customer segments. And lastly, in our class, we're going to learn how to set up a price optimization problem with the goal of maximizing profit when we're controlling for the constraints supplies that we have. We're going to work on a variety of problems that can be applicable in different industries, such as markdown pricing in retail, revenue management that is applied in airlines, hotels, and entertainment industry, and customized pricing that's very useful in B2B environments. So the final goal is for students to learn how to exploit this revenue optimization opportunities in their own jobs. So pricing is offered as an elective within the operations and supply chain management department. So all OSM students, plus those students who have an interest in economics and marketing, are encouraged to register for this course. So companies have to pay a price for their poor pricing decisions. Pricing is very hard and so easy to ignore, and many businesses do not realize the loss they're experiencing because of their suboptimal price points. So pricing is often one of the highest return investments a company can work on. In the world of e-commerce and this vast amount of customer real-time data, leader companies such as Amazon are using data-driven analytics to predict the market demand, and then they implement a price optimization system in place that they can dynamically test prices and adjust them. So the goal is to have the right prices in place for all the customers through all selling channels at all times. In such a fast-moving environment, and not to fall behind competition, an increasing number of companies are convinced that they also need to join this movement and do something about their pricing. And therefore, pricing and revenue optimization is becoming a core competency in many different companies and different range of industries. And for that reason, there is an increasing trend of job openings in this field, which is yet another motive for students to want to be trained and exposed to different pricing concepts in this course. Yes, in this course, we're going to use a combination of lectures, case studies, simulation games, business articles, and potentially guest speakers. We're going to use Excel as the main software to run data analysis and set up optimization problems to optimize the profit. Here are 5 topic areas in operations and supply chain management: demand forecasting, capacity analysis, quality management, supplier-buyer relationship, and profit optimization.